Hello there, Steve-Os, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, SteveOfficial. Today I'm going to be cooking chicken pie with root veg mash and some peas. So without further ado, let's take a look at this. So this is the ingredients that we're going to need. We're going to need a chicken stock cube. We're going to need some thyme and some parsley seasoning. We're also going to need some puff pastry ready rolled. We're also going to need some parsnips, an onion, some sweet potatoes, some spinach as well. There we go, there's the spinach. And we're also going to need some chicken thighs, preferably boneless ones, chicken thighs. And we're also going to need some frozen peas, which are currently in the freezer. So that's everything that we are going to need for today's cooking. So firstly, what we are going to do is we're going to use some chicken thighs. Now, I've started slicing, and actually at the time of recording this video, I wasn't quite aware of this, but the thighs that I have got, which you can see me cutting up, has actually got a bone in it. But just make sure that when you do pick up the chicken thighs in a supermarket, it is boneless thighs that you do pick up, which you can actually get boneless thigh fillets, and this is how it looks after it's been sliced. Obviously with me, I've had to carve round the bone for that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to get the parsnips, which we've got right here. I'm going to be using 2 parsnips for this, and we are just going to literally just peel the parsnips, just take all that skin off right there. And then once we have done that, we are then going to chop the parsnips up. So this is how your parsnips should look once they are nicely chopped. And then we are then going to move on to the sweet potato. And again, we're going to do the same thing as what we did with the parsnips. We're going to peel the skin off the sweet potatoes, and then we are going to chop it. And this is how it looks once it's been nicely chopped. Once we've done that, we are then going to get our saucepan and add some cold water, and just kind of drain off the starch from both the parsnips and the sweet potato. So kind of drain your parsnips and spuds first, and then once you've done that, after a few times, just add some cold water into a saucepan and leave it there for now. What you're then going to do is you're going to get your onion, which we are just slicing right here, and again we're just going to chop off the both ends, and then we're going to peel off the skin of the onion and then start dicing it, and that is how it should look once it is diced. What we are then going to do is we're going to go over to our saucepan of sweet potato and parsnips, and we're going to put it on a full heat so it can boil. Then what we're going to do is we're going to grab the olive oil, and then we're going to pour the olive oil, a tablespoon of olive oil, into a frying pan. Just swirl it around a little bit and just allow all that oil to kind of get to the pan. Then what we're going to do is we're going to put the olive oil back in the cupboard, grab our diced chicken, which we diced earlier on, and we're going to stick that into the frying pan, like so. So there we go. So there it is, and it is starting to fry off. So I'm just going to give it a stir every now and then, and obviously we're just going to keep stirring it until we're going to leave it on there until it's got a bit of colour, but we're also going to add some garlic powder into that as well. We're then going to add in the onions, and we're going to add in some seasonings as well. So as you saw earlier, I've been using some thyme and some parsley seasoning, and we're just going to add that in to the mix right there. And then once we've done that, we're then going to mix that seasoning in with the cooked chicken and also the onions as well. Then what we're going to do is we're just going to continue with just mixing it like so, just getting that seasoning in a little bit, getting that flavouring in as well, and there we go. We're then going to then slice around the tray that we're going to be using to cook the chicken pie with. So we're just going to slice the ends so that basically there is enough pastry here to basically fill the fill the tray. So that's what we have done here, and obviously we'll just get rid of those empty bits. And then what we're going to do is, once everything has been cooked in terms of the ingredients for the chicken pie, we're just going to literally pour it straight in to the tray like so. There we go. So it is in there all nicely done. And then once we've done that, we're then going to put the pastry on top and kind of cover the corners. We're then going to set the oven to 180 degrees, which is what I've just done. So there we go. So make sure your oven is on before you do put the pastry on top. There we go. So like so. And obviously just make sure those covers are nicely covered as well. What you're then going to do is you're just going to grab a, if you've got one of those kind of kitchen paintbrush things, you're then going to add some milk. Now I've also did a little tiny slit in the middle as well, like so. So that's what you also need to do. But then you need to add some milk, and maybe with some sort of like kitchen paintbrush thing. I don't know what they're called, but just kind of paint it a little bit of milk onto the pastry. And then what you're then going to do is you're then going to add some. I'm gonna add some seasonings, which is what I've done here. I've added a bit of cinnamon and a bit of garlic salt as well, just to give it a nice bit of tastiness with the pastry. So that's what I've done. And then once we have done that, you're then going to stick it in the oven. You're going to put it in there for around about 15 minutes on 180 degrees. So there we go, the timer is counting down right there. Then once your root veg has been boiled, you're then going to drain that, put it into a sieve, and with your frozen peas you're then going to put that into a little bit of water in a Tupperware, and then straight after that you're then going to put that straight into the microwave like so. And then once you have done that, you're then going to stick that in for roughly around about 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Okay, so it doesn't need to be in there for too long. Obviously I stuck mine in there for 3 minutes, so there we go. Then once you've done that, you're then going to grab your masher, and you're literally just going to keep your root veg on a low heat, so around about 2 is what I've stuck it on. So grab your masher, and literally you're just going to mash it, and that's basically how you do root veg mash. It's very, very easy to do, pretty much. And then once 15 minutes has gone by, this is how the chicken pie looked, everybody, once it had finished. Oh yes, I'm pretty proud of that, and there we go. So that is how my chicken pie, root veg mash and peas turned out. But what did I think of it? Let's find out now. Time to give this a go. This is delicious. I'm going to try a bit of root veg mash now. This root veg mash is also really, really gorgeous as well. You guys, a message to the haters out there, by the way. You know, my mum has just said to me that I'm an even better cook than her. Seriously. That's how delicious my meals are getting, honestly. And tonight's meal that I just showed you how to make, it was absolutely delicious and beautiful and gorgeous, and oh, I could make that again and eat it again, really, I could. So there we go. Anyway, that is how you make chicken pie with some root veg mash, and also as well some frozen peas to go with it. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this YouTube video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section down below, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well. But from me though, it's goodbye. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in my next YouTube video.